A very good evening. Welcome to ELITETV, and you're watching Open Debate in English. And I'm your host, CHONGTHAM AMRITA, and today we bring you another topic to discuss and debate upon. And the topic that we've put today is rollback demand of districts. Lately, there's an issue of different communities demanding the rollback of the districts that was formed in 2016. The demand for rolling back of the 7 new districts that was formed in December of 2016 largely centers on Kangpokpi district because other districts like Kamzong, None, Fezol and Kakching have not faced any issues regarding these. Kangpokpi was once a subdivision of the Naga majority Senapati district, and it has now shifted to being a Kuki-dominated, causing tensions among other communities, including the Meiteis, Nagas, and even the Nepalis. The district includes 3 assembly segments, the Kangpokpi General, the Saitu, and Saikul ACs, and these 2 are reserved for the ST. Kangpokpi remains undemarcated, with Sadar Hills inclusion creating administrative difficulties due to it being spread far south of the district headquarters, even bypassing Imphal Valley. So now we see that there is a lot of contentions when it comes to Kangpokpi district. First of all, with the inclusion of the Sadar Hills, and we know that Sadar Hills is a region that is spread far in the geographical region, and also encircling the Imphal Valley itself. And now, with the context of the situation that has been prevailing in the state since the last 1.5 years, it is time to relook and rethink the administrative choices that was done in 2016. And the question arises if the administrative needs to think about state reorganization once again, especially concerning regarding the case of Kangpokpi district. And now to discuss and debate on these issues, we have our expert panelists today joining us through online media. Let us now take a moment to introduce and welcome our expert panelists. First, our expert panelist for tonight is Oja R.K. BOBICHAND, Executive Editor, IRAP. Oja, welcome to Open Debate.
Thank you.
Our second panelist for tonight is Oja Advocate M. KOROUHANBA LUWANG, Executive Director, LHRM. Oja, welcome to Open Debate.
Thank you for inviting me.
And our third panelist for tonight joining us is Babung P. SONAMANI, Socio-Political Commentator. Once again, Babung, welcome to Open Debate.
Well, thank you, Amrita, for inviting me. Very kind of you.
Now let's start with the topic and discussion for today. I'll start with Oja R.K. BOBICHAND first of all. Lately, we have seen that recently an all Naga contingent has met the officials of Ministry of Human Affairs and requested them to roll back the created new districts that was created in 2016. Especially regarding all of they did mention regarding rolling back of all the districts. And again, a few days later after that, the World Kuki-Zo Intellectual Council submitted a memorandum to the President, and at this time they requested the rollback status to 1972 status when there were only 4 districts in Manipur. And again, at the same time, today, we have seen in the newspapers that the joint non-government voluntary organization of Kakching, they stated that they do not want any change in the district that was created, stating that they have done infrastructure development works for their district and now they do not want any changes regarding Kakching district. So if we look at the whole thing, it is either the fact that either we roll back all of the 7 districts that was created in 2016, or we have to roll back just 1 or 2 considering the administrative difficulties and administrative conveniences. So if the people of the Kakching and even the people of Jiri, they want their districts to be as it is remaining unchanged, what about the other district that is still in contention, especially considering Kangpokpi district, as we've discussed in the opening remarks, that it is still now a bone of contention regarding the district creation. So, Oja, when you look at it, how do you see it? Can you please give us your thoughts regarding this?
Amrita, regarding the creation of districts, say, for example, you also just highlighted about the demand by the United Naga Council to roll back the 7 new districts created in 2016. The then Congress government in 2016, December 8, the government created these 7 new districts. The bone of contention in, say, particularly Southern Hills areas, which was part of the erstwhile Senapati district.
Yes.
Before bifurcation. And Kangpokpi district now, these Southern Hills areas is named as Kangpokpi district in the newly created districts in 2016. Why this is being a bone of contention amongst different stakeholders, because say, for example, in the early, till early 70s, the number of Kuki, Zomi tribe settlers in these areas were very less.
Yes.
These were mainly settled by different tribes belonging to Naga tribes, Naga. Say Liangmai, Thangals, Tanghuls, to name a few. Even the Meiteis were also one of the settlers of these areas. And say when these new districts were created in 2016, the Nagas, particularly the United Naga Council, they look from their political angle of the, say, for example, of undivided Naga areas in Manipur. Always, UNC looks from the prism of a united Naga areas, integrity, Naga integration. That's why they think if these, considering the Southern Hill areas as Naga's domain, is if given a district dominated by the Kukis. Now, say, though Senapati, say Southern Hills, now named as Kangpokpi district, where the originally settled by the Nagas. Now, after in the say during 70s, the Kuki migrants comes and settles. Now, the particularly this in this area, the Southern Hill areas. The Southern Hill areas again, they're divided in the assembly wise. You will have different assembly segments.
Yes.
But particularly the Kangpokpi assembly segment, Kangpokpi assembly constituency, is still a general constituency. It is a non-reserved area. So where once last non-tribal MLA elected from Kangpokpi assembly was Ishor Thapa.
Yes.
However, because of the increase of these Kuki settlers in these areas, now the, let's say, for example, Nepalis or the Meiteis or other Naga tribes, maybe Liangmais or Thangals or Koyens, others becomes minority, and the Kukis dominate the area. And for more than last, say, about for more than 20 years, now the Kukis are representing to the assembly from this area, and generally people think that the since from this area in the last more than 20 years, Kukis are elected to the assembly, so people generally misunderstand as if a reserve seat. Kangpokpi.
Yes.
And on the other hand, the Nagas, as I also mentioned earlier, that Nagas think that if these areas given as a district, and other areas, say for example, uh, say from Ukhrul district, Kamjong is bifurcated, uh, and they think that if these are, say for example, in case of Ukhrul, say Kamjong is divided, bifurcated as a new state, but if we correctly remember, the people of Kamjong area and other this particularly these areas, they earlier demanded for a new district.
Yes.
And Kaching also, for example, Kaching, you mentioned Kaching in 2011, before 2011, in 2011, before the creation of a new district in 2016, there was a proposal for a district for the Lois, the Kaching also.
Yes.
So Jiribam also, for example, it was part of the Imphal East, more than 210 kilometers away from Imphal East,
Yeah,
from
right.
Kompa.
Right.
It was a part of the Imphal East district. So there was so many inconveniences, administrative inconvenience, and inconvenience to the people of that particular Jiribam subdivision. So it becomes necessarily to be given a new status of a district. So, for example, say, though UNC demand for rollback of the newly created 7th district, from the Kamjong people, we don't see the citizens of the residents of the Kamjong district never say, oppose openly about the creation of the new districts. Likewise, Parzon also, likewise, None also. There are no opposition to the newly created districts. There may be some disputed areas. For example, in case of Jiribam and Tamenglong, there may be some disputed areas in the some villages border in the border areas. That is minor issues. But why UNC want and demand to roll back the newly created district is mainly for the Naga integration and they also claim that these are the lands traditionally for the Nagas, and they look from the UNC also looks from the Naga perspective, on one hand ethnocentric perspective. Likewise, the Kukis think that after Churachandpur, the Kangpokpi areas, the Sadar Hill areas are the strongholds of the Kuki Zomi tribes. So they don't want to say what to say. They don't want to say leave the areas to other ethnic groups.
Right.
They want to occupy. They want to dominate this next to Churachandpur as their stronghold areas. That's why, say just after UNC, after a long, say UNC says they had around 10 rounds of talks between Government of India, Government of Manipur regarding the issue of these land area issues and about the district formation also. In 2024 January, they demanded, they even the demand for a tripartite talk regarding the rollback issue of the newly created districts. But there was no answer, there was no reply to their ultimatum. At last, in September, the UNC sent last ultimatum to the president. Then only when and they also proposed and they also called a 48-hour shutdown in Naga areas.
Right.
Only when the MISA invited them to have a tripartite talk on 12 October. And that meeting, tripartite meeting also was not conclusive, and it is scheduled to meet again on November 15 in Senapati. Last time on October 12, they meet at Delhi, and that was not conclusive. Therefore, November 15, they will meet again in Senapati. And taking this advantage of the demand of the UNC, the World Cookie Intellectual Council shrewdly and with a greater political move, they support the rollback demand of the UNC, and they want to roll back to the status of 1972.
Right.
But in that case also they mislead by saying that, let's say, Southern Hills as if a district.
Yes.
It is right that Southern Hills, Southern Hills was an autonomous district council under Senapati district, but Southern Hills was never a district. But on the other hand also they think that Tenopal was a district. But at that time, say before Manipur attained statehood, there were only 5 districts: Manipur North, Manipur East, Manipur West, Manipur South, and Manipur Central. Manipur Central includes Chakpi-Karong subdivision, Tenopal subdivision, and Chandel subdivision. These 3 subdivisions were part of Manipur Central. And when district councils were formed in 1972 after statehood, this under Manipur District Council Act 1971. The problem arises about this district creation is particularly, it is rooted to some particularly 3 acts passed by the Parliament of India. Number 1, Manipur Land Revenue and Land Reforms Act 1960. And another is Manipur District Council Act 1971. And another is Article 371C. All these acts and the Article 371C was incorporated in the Constitution. These 3 structures were incorporated in the statute, Indian statute, and this makes divisions amongst the people of Manipur. The concept of hill areas were introduced in these 3 statutes. That makes room for ethnic identity politics in Manipur. That makes all the different ethnic groups of Manipur try to look from the narrow ethnic prism. That's why now this issue of about rollback of say creation of new districts is coming up.
Okay, so that's a very detailed analysis that you have given. Now I'll move on to Oja KOROUHANBA, and then I'll come back to you again in the next round. So Oja, we have heard from our first speaker regarding that the main contention for the Nagas is because of Naga integration, or because they desire for the Naga integration, and also Oja has clearly highlighted the 2 acts and the Article 371C, and for that reason there has been introduction of hill areas, and for that reason again Kangpokpi now is I don't know how, but before it used to be a Gram Panchayat, but now it's identified as a hill area, and now they also have an autonomous district council as well. So as Oja earlier also stated, as we all know, that it used to be during the 1970s and 80s, it used to be a general, it still is a non-reserved seat, it still is a general seat and not reserved for ST, and now it seems as if these things are being manipulated and skewed to be seen as other regions. So in all the thought, KOROUHANBA, do you think that the creation of the new districts, instead of benefiting or giving more convenience to the administration, has caused more concerning issues by that action? According to you, what do you think, Oza?
Let us see. Manipur is one of the vast hill areas, and it cannot be connected with the central districts like Imphal, then other district headquarters. Then before the division of this 7 districts, there were many administrative convenience was not given to the people of the hill areas. This is one of the most important factors which to be discussed right now. And then people could not access all the information and transport and communication and some other development activities which to be getting by the people of that particular area. Then for the administrative convenience only, the government had divided and created these 7 new districts in mainly in the hill areas only. I think this is not the issue for the government. It was the issue for the people of the Manipur, mainly, especially in the hill areas. So in this connection, we would like to say something regarding the unrest situation created by this creation of these new 7 districts in Manipur. Okay. As we know, that the Kukis in Sadar Hills, and that is the Kangpokpi nowadays, they have been demanding for a separate district to become the district of this Kangpokpi. They will get many benefits by forming this new district. This new forming district would be beneficial to all the people, those who are surviving in the hill areas and those who are the dweller, settler, not only in the community of Kuki, all the communities settling together in that particular Sadar Hills. But nowadays, the Sadar Hill was not created as a district, but Kangpokpi was created as a new district of Manipur. But in this time also, there was no any objection and there was no any dispute since the last 2016, when the time of formation of these new districts. This is fair. And then only this 5-6 months, I think, subject to correction. Some dispute may be created from the side of UNC or Kuki-Zomi people. It is not the disputed between the government and the people, but it may be happening some issues in the Kuki community or the Naga communities.
Right.
UNC, United Naga Council, has been demanding to roll back the 7 new created districts in Manipur. But it may be some ethnicity issues or any other administrative inconvenience may be caused to that particular community. That may be another matter. But what I am looking in the positive way, that is for creating this new 7 districts are being given to the people for their welfare and assessing any official purposes. And for taking the advantage of this creating new 7 district, they have to understand what are the changes and what are the difficulties faced by them. And as we know that Jiribam, one of the part of the Imphal East district, it was happening in the adjacent area of the Assam Silchar, then other part of this Tamil maybe. But when the time before this creating new district is Jiribam, they might have to come to Imphal for taking a single documents.
Right.
That may be the OBC certificate, then income certificate, domicile, then other official related documents. For taking that small document also, they took 2 days and expended more than 5,000-6,000 for taking that. So this one of the inconvenience was by the by that time. Nowadays they can collect their documents from their respective district. This is one of the positive opportunity which have been getting by the people of the area, that is the Jiribam. So the people of Jiribam has been appreciating for creating this new district. It was observed by the people, and people enjoyed their facilities from time to time.
Right.
So this is one of the very wonderful opportunity given by the then government. Now the UNC has been demanding to roll back these 7 districts. Up to that is the one of the Ukizo Intellectual Council also has been supporting to roll back the 7 districts. It is another another perspective from their side. Maybe happen some other it is the situation among them. It is one of the important issues may be created from their side. But what we are looking generally, that if for making this or for forming or creating this more district, it is very beneficial to the people, because all the facilities should be provided by the department, concerned department, and district level officer. All the district level office shall be established in that particular district. So it will provide all the services to the people of that particular district. So this is very important. But I don't know that what are the inconvenience caused to the people of Naga and to the people of Sikuki, I don't know. And then for the particular in the Kaching district, as our Oja Bobi said already, mentioning about the Kaching district. The Kaching district demand committee was formed before last 25 years, but subject to correction. They had been demanding to create a new district as Kaching for the administrative convenience and the welfare of the people. This is very rightful demand, but the government did not give only this particular district. But Kangpopi also, they had been demanding for creating this new district as Kangpopi. Before creating this district, the Sadar Hills Demand Committee also formed by the Ukizo people. And that way in this district, some Tangkhul, Naga, then other sub-tribes of the Naga communities that maybe belongs to that particular area. That is the Kangpopi. That may be another matter. But what we are looking at, for a division of this ethnicity, it is not creating the problem in our diverse culture and heritage and vast land hill areas and hill logs like it. For the administrative convenience and the demand from the people, the then government had given this opportunity to the people of Manipur, and particularly for the new 7 districts. So what I feel this. So then we can hear for the first.
Yes, very good point indeed, because for the people of the Jiribam, indeed the creation of this district has in fact benefited them. Although because of the current conflict, we can say for sure, because we know that since the past few months, Jiribam has been seeing unprecedented violence, and for that reason, since they have been separated as another separate district, and now they are now seeking the eyes and the health aid from the especially from the government to reach them. So we don't know yet if the governance has reached the Jiribam district after the creation, although some of the benefits can be seen according to Oja's state point. But also I'd like to take this question to Pabung regarding the creation of the Kangpokpit district and the inclusion of Sadar Hills in Kangpokpit district, because we have been discussing regarding the rollback demand of the districts, and there are pros and cons for some of the districts in fact, and for the Nagas, this is, as Oja Bobby has mentioned, this is purely for Naga integration, for their identity. And regarding the inclusion of Sadar Hills in Kangpokpit district, since Sadar Hills is spread across a large geographical area and also surrounding the Imphal Valley, this has been a major issue, especially as the situation, the current conflict has emerged. So, Pabung, do you think that this is the right moment for Kangpokpit districts to be demarcated, especially Sadar Hills to be demarcated again? Because till now there has been no demarcation made after the creation of the districts itself. So Oja Pabung, please share your thoughts.
Amrita, thanks for inviting me to participate in this debate. My colleagues, R.K. BOBICHAND and the renowned advocate KOROUHANBA, and the listeners, I bow my head to all of you. See, there is a government. Government is the father, they are the parents, what they feel good, consisting by the 60 MLAs, we form the government. Government is the all in all. Way back, the newly created these districts, 7 districts in 2016, definitely the government must have discussed in the length and breadth and the pros and cons, what would be convenient. Particularly, both of my colleagues highlighted that administrative convenience, that is a very, very important subject today. Now, the bone of contention is, it is not that convenient. It is the land grabbing or the asking and demanding and categorizing that Chin Cookie Joe, this illegal immigrants number has been, they have been pouring it in the hundreds and the thousands. Today's main issue is that this is another illegal immigrants. Even the Home Minister, Indian Union, he admitted, although he did not take any further step. He knew it, he knows, and he knew it. On the contrary, I may be allowed to apprise to all of you, United Naga Council is, who are they? They are their main issue, their main subject is that Naga integration. Now, may I be permitted to bring in this issue again? My friends, the Nagas, Kukis, and other communities living in the Manipur very peacefully and cohesively, time and immemorial onwards. Why do we differentiate? This is my land, my fatherland, my motherland, my forefatherland. Why not we come under one umbrella that Manipur belongs to this section of 35 communities, now excluding this, the Chin Cookie Joe terrorists. Now there is a talk of war. Now my appeal to all of you, all this is a Metis community too, when you are in Rome, be a Roman. When we were in Nagaland, we considered ourselves that we are more than a Naga because we had to follow. Does it mean that all the Manipur people that who have work and who settle in a very skeleton number we start the demanding it that we should be separated from Nagaland and be merged in the Manipur. Is it possible? Say in the Kachar district or in the Hailakandi district or in the Karimganj district, there is a good chunk of the Manipuris have settled down. About 200 years before. They stayed at Kuntak, but this is about 230, 40 years before. If we start that demanding it, is it a genuine one? And will the Assam government listen to it? Definitely not. So why we have a feeling that you are a Meitei, you are a Posangbam, you are a Nongthongbam, you are a Tangkul, you are a Kuki, you are a Tamil, or you are a Chin Kuki Johwai. Why don't we consider ourselves that we are the genuine citizens of the Manipur? Of course, not illegal immigrants. So when we try to differentiate, you see that NPF, you see that UNC, their aim and object is separations from the Manipur. This is their demand. I'm sorry to say. You see that I may be permitted again to request the UNC. Indigenous inhabitants, who are those? You only the Nagas and the Meitei only. But does not mean that the Manipur citizens, say Tamil, more than 60, 70,000, they were driven out from the erstwhile Burma, then they became the Manipur citizen. They were staying very comfortably in the More area. Now, of course, it is minimized because of the convenience. Many of them left for the other countries, and about 10,000 of them today in the More. See, this Bengali, this Gosai fellow, who have murdered, who have already finished our Manipur culture, custom, tradition, convention, even our religion converted this Gosai, this Bengali. So many Bengalis, they used to live in Manipur. Are they not our Manipur citizen? Although our religion was, and our completely Manipuri was completely ruined, completely changed it and converted into from Manipuri to Bengali. Yet we have forgiven them. So any Nagas coming, say in Manipur, there is a Sema community there. There is an Angami community. They don't belong to earlier to the Manipur. They were under the Naga Hills Tuensang area. It was a small district. When there was only 18 districts, Nagaland itself one small district. They migrated to Manipur. Now they have settled in Manipur. Can I say that, no, you all Sema, and they are in the, just little crossing about this Segmai, there is a Makhan village. When we turn in the left, there is Sema village, there is a Angami village. Can we say that, no, you go back to the Nagaland? Is it possible? Or have they also started demanding this is the Naga area, so it should be merged to the Nagaland? Then I think it's a wrong notion. This should not be moved. This kind of move should not come up. First thing we must consider that we are a citizen of Manipur. Every one of us should have the feeling and the opinion and the notion that we are a citizen of Manipur and we are as good as Manipuris and every living here. Today, born of contention is that everybody would like to grab the land and to have a separate their own flags, separate their own areas, and they want to migrate, or they want to, they have started demanding separate administration or union territory. These people forgotten that they are the illegal immigrants. They have no any locus standi in Manipur. They have no moral rights to claim that they are the original Manipur citizen. So this is the due to laxity of the Manipur government. Manipur government did not elaborate and did not think in depth what would be the future consequences. And for that moment, in the 2016, yes, everybody should be happy when the district administration convenience. My two colleagues have already highlighted. Let me also put some words with, cooperate with them. See the Jiribam, it's about 220 kilometers away. This is the more farthest, the inconvenient, the district. It is more or less, it is inclining towards the Assam, because Assam is hardly few years, then they get all kind of facilities. In Manipur, they lived in Manipur for centuries. What the Manipur government could extend, facilitate, nothing, zero. My colleague, the advocate KOROUHANBA, said that for a minor documents in order to extract from the district headquarters. They had to come from GD all along by air or by any other vehicles, which is the most innumerable difficulties. What we always found difficult, they had to come by air only to achieve or only to extract one copy from the Imphal, that copy. Just imagine. So government must have thought that by creating new districts, more and more facilities for their administrative convenience, which was benefited and which is being benefited, and which the government has done a very wise decision. Now why this such kind of a questions again coming in? Now you roll up again, and now you wind up again. This is the Kuki land, this is the Naga land, this is the Nepali land, this is the Manipuri land. What kind of issue that we are now fomenting now? Now that this is the Southern Hill District, time and immemorial, this is a non-reserved seat. This is for the general category. Now my friend already, the Mr. R.K. BOBICHAND said that one Mr. Shubba or somebody, I think by that time I was away from Manipur. So I think he became the MLA. Now the Raju Bista, because he was driving out illegal immigrants, Chin Kuki Jo, they have already grabbed land. And this area where the Nemcha Kibjen, if I am correctly understood, that she had been contesting it and many more other contesting it, and these the original people, they were driven out. Now the Raju Bista from this area, now he has gone to the West Bengal and Darjeeling, and fortunately he has been elected as a member of parliament. This Nepali is coming from the Nepal about 150, 200 years before. How can you say that? How can you drive them out? They are with the permissions, they are with the sympathetic the attitude that they have been given a land, provided land in the Nepalese, the settled areas near the Sekmai, Kangla Tombi. How we can say that they are illegal immigrants? The government, whatever the government must have done it, we should accept it, what is good, but there might be some mistakes or there might be some inconvenience. This should be sorted out. And the government, I caution you. I demand today, another group demand today, R.K. BOBICHAND demand tomorrow something, our learned advocate, he demands something tomorrow. Then is there a government that you remain the indecisive? We, 4-5 of us community, we demand separate. So are you going to implement in the same way? Or don't you have your cabinet or your cabinet secretary or your other 60 MLAs, or there is no any member of legislative assembly hall where you discuss in the length and breadth, where you come into a conclusion consensusly that no, this district is being created for the convenience for this purpose. Why again you roll up? Why again you expand up? Why again you follow today? You follow it because of the certain pressure. Tomorrow, after a few years, again that pressure will succumb. Then again you will try to rewind it again. Now, example, FMR. FMR, you started erecting it. What happened? Some section of some Chin Kuki Jo people, these refugees people, they started demanding to roll up. Now, government of India, government of Manipur, why you remain the stand still? Why? That means you have succumbed.
Okay, Babung, I'll come back to you again on that point. Yes, Babung, I'll come back to you on that point regarding that question. And
welcome.
Yeah, yes, I'll bring this. I'll take this discussion to another notch, and I'll take one question to BOBICHAND. Regarding the issue about Kangpokpi having 2 assembly constituencies, as you mentioned earlier, and 41 AC Kangpokpi being a general category, and Site 2 and Saikul, of course, being an ST category, reserved for the ST seat. So, as we have discussed, we have been discussing that it used to be a Nepali-dominated region in the Kangpokpi area, and also according to even in the representatives, also we saw that it was represented by a Nepali MLA during the 1980s. And now it has changed so much, and also the level that it has changed is that before it used to be a Gram Panchayat, and now we have seen that it is now identified as an autonomous district council again. So by putting an area as a hill area, which is supposed to be earlier as a general seat, and now supplanting that as an ST seat, this will change the demographic, this will change the representations in the assembly, this will change, there will be long-term consequences if this slow moving manipulation, skewing the data, the demography, it will have long-term consequences if we let it happen this way. And now, since we have been discussing the topic, do you think that the main issue is now being to look into the creation of the Kangpopi district and the Southern Hills area? Oja Bobby, can you elaborate on that?
There are many claims and counterclaims. Say, for example, about the inclusion of 4 Gram Panchayats earlier in the Kangpopi in Autonomous District Council. Say, earlier it was Southern Hills District Council, but after the formation of new district, it becomes Kangpopi ADC. And the government of Manipur also introduced naming districts taking the name of the district headquarters. That's why we now call, say, Ukhrul district or Senapati district. Say, earlier, before, say, in 1969-70s, while it was Manipur North district, the headquarters was not Senapati, headquarters was at Karung. But after, in the later stage, say Senapati became the district headquarters of the North District, Senapati District, now popularly known as. And till 2012, June 29, I think, on June 29, there was a Gazette notification from the Manipur government, Gazette notification make the 4 Gram Panchayats. One is Kobrulekha Gram Panchayat, another is Toribari Gram Panchayat, another third one is Kalapahar Gram Panchayat, and fourth one is Santalabari Gram Panchayat. While these 4 Gram Panchayats were under Imphal West district. But say now it happened during the regime of Ibobi Congress government during 2012. So opposition parties and many others charged the Congress government that they granted this, they had given these 4 Gram Panchayats from the Imphal West districts to the Kangpopi district. And again, Congress says that the Congress government, the government of Manipur, didn't give away these 4 Gram Panchayats from the Imphal West district to the Kangpopi district. They issued this Gazette notification in 2012 based on the order of High Court. There has been a controversy regarding the inclusion of these 4 Gram Panchayats in the Imphal West and these Southern Hills areas before becoming a Kangpopi district. There was a long-standing case in the High Court. Only when High Court issued an order, then the government of Manipur transferred these areas to the Kangpopi districts. But the problem is that, before going further, I would like to say that, say Kishore Thapa was elected. That doesn't mean that all these Kangpopi areas were dominated, where the majority Nepalis were majority. Though Kishore Thapa was elected, because there were many groups of people. Now, say communities were there, Maitais were there, Liangmais were there, Thangals and Tangkuls, many tribes. And at that time Kukis were less in number, and that's why Kishore Thapa happened to be a common candidate of different communities. That's why he was elected at that time. Though, yes, Nepali were significant number of Nepalis were there, and the controversy and the problem here is that the definition of hill areas is the problem. The introduction of the hill areas into the, as I mentioned earlier, into the Constitution of India itself under Article 371C. The introduction of the hill areas, and not where this is also incorporated in the MLR also, Manipur Land Revenue and Land Reform Act in 1960. And again in the Manipur District Council Act 1970 also. These three structures were made long before or just immediately just before Manipur attained statehood. So that the question is that, was there a design to create divisions amongst the people of Manipur by the government of India, so that to secure the territory of India, they don't want a united Manipur where different ethnic groups coexist peacefully? This is the pertinent question to be asked, because of why they introduce and why they divide the people of Manipur hill areas and valley areas. Long before Manipur became statehood in 1960, in the MLR and LRA, they started dividing the people. Again, in 1971 Autonomous District Council Act, just before Manipur becoming a state of India. And Article 371C is also introduced before Manipur Statehood Act was passed. So ultimately we have to ask, everybody has to ask this question: was there a design to divide the people of Manipur? And moreover,
yes,
one point, just one point is that, say, geographically speaking, Manipur is hill areas, all are mountainous areas. Imphal is not valley, geographically, it is a plateau. And in the Planning Commission record also, Manipur is defined as hill state. Then how they contradict the Planning Commission when Planning Commission introduced in the 60s as Manipur is considered as a hill state, then why they introduced the hill valley division? This is the question everybody, right thinking people, the people who want a united Manipur where different groups of people living in coexistence peacefully should ask this question, and all these structures have to be repealed from the statutes to have a united Manipur where every ethnic group coexists peacefully. Thank you.
Very good point, Oja. I'll come back to you again if time permits. Now, moving on with the debate, the question that I would like to raise to Oja KOROUHANBA is that since we have been discussing this and we know that there is deep historical significances and issues pertaining this particular issue about district creation in Manipur, also the thing about different ethnicity residing in various districts, and also it does affect the representation and how it reflects in the assembly ultimately. Now, at this juncture in 2024, today as we're discussing this, do you think that what, according to you, you think that the government should take, the steps that the government currently should take in order to resolve such kinds of disputes? Does the rollback need to be stopped at just the rolling back of the district, or does it have to be, since we have been brought up the issues about Gram Panchayats being turned into ADCs, so do we also have to roll back those particular villages, those group of villages who used to be a Gram Panchayat before and now has turned into an autonomous district council as a hill state? So does it stop at being just the creation of the district? Do we have to take it further into rolling back of the ADCs? And how should the government approach this in order to solve such disputes? Because some of the district, for example, Jiribam and Kakching, they want to remain unchanged, and some of the districts, they want to go back to particular status that they have stated. So, Oja, according to you, what should the government take as their steps in order to resolve this?
For resolving that issue, the government of Manipur has to be decided in the right way. Since the beginning of creating these 7 new districts, they didn't have any discussion on the floor of the House. This is one of the mistakes committed by the then government. And they didn't call any suggestion and opinion and from the different people in that particular areas. That may be from the hilly areas and the valley area also. Then within a very short period of time, say that maybe in the last part of the period of the Congress-led government, that time, 2016. And in that particular area to be demarcated properly, which area to be belong to which district, new form district. And they didn't have any proper demarcation before creating that district. And then they didn't have the proper survey and demarcation in order to create new district. So it may affect some say, particular communities and area, and then the people may demand to their UNC and other organization to roll back this district. What is happening? We don't know, because we are here that they are living far away from us, and very few opinions may be coming up from the different angles. That what we are sharing is our thought and perspective in consideration of this new creating 7 districts. What I would like to suggest here that if the government wants to roll back this district, it is okay. But if they don't like to roll back this district, they have to demarcate. Demarcation process should be completed very soon for solving this issue. Then, say for example, in our district at Thopal, just nearby in this Thopal district, and many Senapati districts, belonging Senapati districts, villages are our adjacent neighbors. Right now in our Thopal district and Nepal east and west districts. As we know that the Langol Hill area is included in the Senapati, and some other part is Kangpokpi, then some other part in the Tambenglo. They have been facing a lot of issue for administration for their say grievances to be demanded to the government of Manipur for getting their say opportunity and for getting their services from the side of the government. So in Sorsampur, let us see. A little amount of Meitei communities, then other Muslim communities and other say Naga communities, they are also surviving in that particular area in Sorsampur district. But we Meitei did not demand to include their people in that Bishnupur district or the the Kaching district or Thobal district, likewise. So why their Naga community or Naga people, or there is some say UNC demands for roll back the district, and what is the reason we don't know why they are demanding these 7 districts to be rolled back. So we don't know. Before, say in the first round also, I had said already that we don't know the issues, and creating some unrest situation in that particular communities. That may be in Kuki, that may be in Naga, but in our Meitei community, we are sacrificing a lots of things. But we are thinking about the idea of Manipur. We don't think about the separation from one part to another. Then we like to live together, all the communities as a brother and sister, as a coexistence since the last 5,000, 6,000 years ago. So this is what we are feeling, that we have to live together, and for the administration convenience or any other development activities may be taken up by the government of Manipur, and for providing all these services to all the local people, those who are in the remote area, is far away, lacking behind the development, what the government thought, then government thought like this. But they are proceeding, the procedure for making that demarcation, but it was wrongfully done, I think. Then nowadays also we are having some problem that the government of Manipur did not demarcated properly the areas, which area, and whether it may be belong to the Kangpokpi, whether it may be in the Senapati, whether it may be in the Tamenglong. The people living in that Persian area, they cannot say. I have some friends there before this prevailing situation. I was talking to some other people, and my colleague was also in the Sursampu. They was also telling us that they were telling us that they are not belong to the Persian, whether they are not belong to the Sursampu, they are not belong to the Tamenglong. They had also confused.
Right.
So, for demarcation is needed. What we are suggesting to the government, for that is up to the say will of the government. They will decide whether it may be rolled back or not, whether the demand of the UNC is reasonable or not. The government will decide, but it should be considered and it should be discussed on the floor of the house. When that time people will know why the UNC demands for backing of this 7 new districts. We don't know this is the reason why they are demanding for rolling back these 7 districts.
Yes, indeed, Oja. Yes, very good point. I'll move on. Yes, thank you for your points. I'll move on to Pabung since we are coming to the near end of the program. I'd like to give the mic to Pabung Sonamani also. And also, Pabung, give us your closing remarks regarding the discussions today. And also, my question to you is that do you think that, as similar as before, that do you think that now is the right time for demarcation of the districts, of all the districts, instead of rolling back? And also, please share us your closing remarks. And Pabung, please keep it short since we are almost running out of time, Pabung. Your thoughts?
You see, AMRITA, this is created by us, by our leaders. My friend, both friends have suggested, and I fully endorse it. Everything was hurriedly, without looking into the pros and cons, not taking the suggestions from the rightful, and the discussions, having discussions with the various communities, that they have taken hurriedly this decision. That's why today the big issue is coming up.
Right.
My suggestions is Manipur government first should detect that who are illegal immigrants and who are the citizens of Manipur. Those who has entered before 1951, they are the indigenous, or they are the citizens of Manipur. After 1951, who have entered by the forcefully or by undercover or by managed to be given a certificate by this T. Kipgen, one IS officers, one Chin Kuki Jo group. All the Chin Kuki Jo group are entitled for the Civil Tribe certificate. Today is the bone of contention main issue. So this should be detected. All the issue is going to be multiplied again and again more issue because of the illegal immigrants. We must detect it and we must deport them timely and promptly without delay. And whenever or whatever the decisions being taken, government should not succumb from the pressure of some personal or the group or the personal, their identity or the different, their community for their personal interest should not be. Because cookies has got Chin Kuki Jo, this terrorist group, many of them, more than 70–80% people, they wanted to swallow, they wanted to balkanize, they wanted to finish the Manipur. This we should know and we should face it. Then what kind of the decisions, final decision will be taken, government should be very tough. Government should not come under the pressure of the you roll up or you don't roll up. But MLR Act, MLR and LR Act, this is the bone of contention. Right. This also be wiped out. Why we are going to roll up? Why we are going to expand it?
To be in line with the modern issues as well.
So equal justice be given. Why only the we become the we are the son of soils. Every dirt is being thrown in my compound, and we are being asked to swim in this dirty today's nala or today's in the pond or today's in the river. Why we become we all the Manipuri people, we all the Meitei people only why we should suffer it? No, we should be allowed to say more and more, like others. And our leaders had no any kind of, they are thought earlier that these consequences might arrive or might reach. So whatever has happened now. We want a justice, equal justice. You roll up or you don't roll up, everybody's interest be taken. All the 60 MLAs should come forward it. They should express it. Government cannot hurriedly and haphazardly take any decisions like the 2016. So this is my suggestions. We detected the illegal immigrants and those who are not the real citizen, they be driven out. They be sent off from India. And the government, what you feel that she should take the rightly and promptly the decisions. No, you shouldn't succumb from any pressure. So this is my suggestion. You roll up, you don't roll up. Public convenience should be heard, and all the MLAs. These MLAs, many of them are illegal immigrants, you know better. So this has been created by our forefathers who never thought of it that in future what will the consequences. We thought that we were happy only in the Imphal Valley. Okay, we settle here. What was going on in the hills? How many lands have been grabbed by other communities, and how much have been parted away? All the jungle has been completely burned down. All the poppy was plundered, and entire Manipur has gone to dog. Nobody was bothered it. Simply in the 60 MLAs, they come and assemble in the assembly, say once in a year, twice in a year, then they come in the secretariat, finish Manipur. Now we want to change now your behavior, MLAs, ministers now. We want justice. You think it again and again. Don't issue any haphazardly, any decision, don't take it. Yes. You discussed, you seek advice from all the experts, all the community. Don't hear only from one community. You hear from the 35 communities. Then only I think there is a little ray of hope for the survival or the integrity of Manipur. This is my submission to you, Amrita. Thank you.
Thank you, Pabung. That is indeed the thoughts that have been written, that in order to, that there could be multiple demands from various communities. The demands could be many, but for the government to take any kind of actions or decisions, the demands and their considerations need to be fully understood and digested, and the decisions need to be taken in such a manner that there is equitable representation and also benefits the people of the Manipur in the very justifiable manner. So on that note, I'd like to end today's program. I'd like to thank our three panelists, Oja R.K. BOBICHAND, Oja Advocate M. KOROUHANBA LUWANG, and also Pabung P. SONAMANI for joining us and giving us your insights and your thoughts. Thank you all once again.
Thank you for having me.
And I would also like to thank our viewers for tuning in tonight, and we will be back again next Monday for more exciting topics. Keep watching Elite TV, and I'll be signing off. Have a good night.